Hi, this is Olajide from CTF Security and welcome to another 2023 Integrity Capture the Flag Security Challenge. In this video, we're exploring the Smarty Pants, another integrity web challenge that focuses on server-side template injection filter bypass and regular expression vulnerability. We'll consider this challenge as another opportunity to enhance our skill in bypassing regular expression in Smarty PHP template engine. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay guys, welcome back to the challenge. The title of our challenge is Smarty Pants. We have total number of 116 points awarded to this challenge, 99 solved during the CTF competition. And we have some hints to this challenge. It says, since you are so smart, then you should have no problem with this one. We have author of our challenge, we have link to the URL to the challenge, and we have a file which is smarty.tar.gz. I guess it's the source code of the web application, but we're going to explore that in just a minute. So I'm going to download this, but before I do that, let's quickly go to our terminal, and I can easily create a directory. Let's call it Smarty Pants. Okay, cool. We can head to the challenge and we can download this file. Okay, that was quick, and I wasn't asked the location to download this, so I have to go and move the file. Let's go back here and let's just go a step to my download directory. Okay, I have a lot of files in here, but I think Smarty, I guess. Okay, so I have the file in here, so I can move Smarty into /home/my username I think I have this on document /integrity /Smarty Pants. I hope I got that correctly. Okay. All right, so we have a zip file here which is in .gz, and we want to unzip that. So what we can do is to unzip our file. So we can use the tar xvf and we can specify the name of our application, and that is going to unzip our files. So here we have about 6 to 7 files in here. We have the docker compose.yaml, we have the docker files, we have the flag.txt, index.php, index.tpl. I guess this is the template file. We also have the start.sh and the readme.md. So let's take a look at some of the files that we have in here. So I can easily, let's use Pluma. First of all, let's see what flag.txt is. Integrity, then we have fake flag. Okay, I think that was just a file that was used within the application. So let's open that again, this time with and. Okay, so we can have Pluma docker file. Okay, let's have pluma index.php. Let's also have pluma index.tpl. Pluma, we have any other, okay, start.sh, and lastly pluma readme. Pluma is a text editor, by the way, in case if you are wondering. So this is the information we have here on the readme files. Since you are so smart, then you should have no problem solving this. So this is our hint to the challenge. And if we go to other files that we have here, we also have making directory, making sure that the parent directory are created. Okay, we also have different directories. So we are creating template, _c and the configs. We are changing mode, which is the permission level, to 777, which is read write execute, read write execute, and read write execute for the owner, for the group, and for the other users. So we're also moving the file, which is the index.tpl. we're moving it inside the template file. Then we are starting Apache 2 in foreground, which is interesting. So we also have the index.tpl, which look like a template file, I guess. You want the flag, you must beat my regex filter first. So this is how the HTML page is going to look like. And we also have the PHP files. Okay, so from the PHP files here, we have the aspects that display the source code if source parameter is present in the URL. We also have other part of the code that include Smarty library and set up its configurations. This part of the code defines the regular expression pattern for potential malicious content. And if you scroll down, we have this part here, which is a conditional statement that checks if data is not set in the post request, it displays the index template, which is what you're saying here. And if we move down, we have another section here. It checks, is a function that checks if data is malicious using defined pattern. This pattern is what has already been defined here, which is a regular expression. If you scroll down, we also have a part. I think I've gone through this. Okay, we also have a part that checks, or a function that checks if data is malicious using defined pattern. So if the data input is considered malicious, this part displays the error message. We have this aspect of the code. So what it does is it writes the input data to a temporary file in the Smarty template. It gets the file name from the temporary file and display the template. And lastly, the onLink will delete the temporary file to avoid clustering of the server. Okay, so we've wasted a lot of time trying to explain what the source code of application is doing. So let's just jump right in. If we go to the Smarty Pants, let's just use the Chrome. If I go to the Smarty Pants, I can right click and open the web URL link, and this is going to open the interface of the web application. And it says you want the flag, you must beat my regex filter, and we have this regular expression here, and you can see that this is the same regular expression we have in our source code right here. So if we go back, and we have a Smarty version here. So this is the template engine that this application is running, the version 4.3.4, which is interesting. We also have a section here which we can enter input, trying to bypass the regular expression that we have in place in the web application, and then we can submit our template. Very quickly, we know what version this Smarty template engine is using, so we can just go ahead and get the payload for bypassing Smarty PHP. So what we can do is head straight to Hacktrick, and from the Hacktrick we have lots and lots of different SSTI payload for different programming language. So here we are focusing on the PHP, that is the Smarty PHP. Smarty, okay, cool. So this is for Smarty PHP template engine. So we're going to grab the first payload that we have here. Make sure we're grabbing everything. No, yeah, cool. So I'm going to copy, and we're going to head to the application, and what we're going to do here is to just drop this in here, and we have to ensure that we're capturing traffic so that we can review this in Bob. I'm going to send the request. So this has been captured by Bob. Let's review our request. I can quickly send this to repeater. Okay, so I have a previous request. I'll just remove that. All right, cool. So we have some encoding happening here for the curly brace. You can see it right here, but that doesn't matter. So I'm just going to send it to see how the application responds. If I scroll down, we have malicious input detected. So I can change my methodology. I can just copy, and instead of allowing the payload to get encoded, I can just pass it directly into the Bob. I'm going to paste it here, and I'm going to send the request. So we still get the same error, so that obviously didn't solve our problem. So you can also take this payload into a website called regex 101. First of all, okay, let me just paste the payload first, then I can grab my regular expression. So let's put it in here. So now the idea is we are trying to bypass the regular expression that we have here. So we are pasting our payload here, and you can see whenever we have match, that means we are unable to bypass the regular expression that we have here. So what I can do also is to head to the payload and just grab another payload. So let's work with the system, and you can see this is compatible with v3, which is version 3, and currently we're dealing with version 4, which is cool. Let's go there. Let's put it in here. We still got a hit, so still one match. And if we take it to the payload and if you put it in here and you send, so you see that we still get the same response from the server: malicious input detected. So I got an idea from a video I did previously. The video is actually talking about OS injection and how you can bypass some filter when it comes to OS injection. The payload I happen to use to bypass the filter in that video is the new line character. So the same thing, the pizza time challenge on the INTIGRITI CTF was also bypassed using the new line character. So I'm just going to implement that to see how far we can go. So first of all, let's go to the regular expression and add a new line. So if I add a new line, you can see that we have no match, which is very, very interesting. I know you're wondering, how is it that the new line character is able to bypass the filter that we have in place here, which is the regular expression. Now the vulnerability exists here within the dot asterisk. Now what does dot asterisk means in regular expression? It means that the regular expression matches any character except for new line 0 or more times. This means that if you enter a new line character, it will not be matched by the dot asterisk regular expression, and that is the reason why inserting a new line here before the last curly brace is able to bypass the filter that we have in place. So we can try to implement this and see how our application will react to this. So let's go to the bob, and I can just put this on a new line. I would rather use an encoding for that, so I can use the %0A, which is the encoding for new line, and I guess that's all. No, I think I've messed with this payload. Okay, yeah, that's it. So we can have 0% 0A. So if we send this, you can see what we have. We have index.php and index.php file on the server. So this has been able to bypass the filter that we have in place in this web application. So what left for us now is finding our way to the root directory and grab in our flag. So I can easily say ls space, and we can display the root directory, and we can use a simple URL encoding for that and send. Okay, good. So we can see that the root directory files has been displayed on the screen. We have the bin, we have the boot, etc, flag.txt. So we can view this, can we? Let's modify our payload. So instead of ls, we're going to use the cat to view it, and we're going to view the flag.txt, which is this file in here, to grab our flag. And then I can send this, and you can see we have our flag. So you can easily copy this request and go to the proxy. You can just modify your proxy by pasting it in here, and then you can send. Make sure you forward other requests that comes along. Okay, cool. So let's head to the challenge. You can see that we have our flag for the Smarty Pants. So we are so smart after all. Okay guys, that will be all in this video. If you've learned one or two things from this video, make sure you like, subscribe and share. Your support helps me create content you love. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next video.